She's prestige. She's modern. She's traditional. She's magnificent. She's beautiful. She's 40 and fabulous Naija.
Intimidation is something I will never accept from anybody. Because even what Swagalicious Mama did, I was angry and I was really, really mad about it. I was really, really mad about it. Now, she was making a soup. I don't know the kind of soup she was making. So she puts oil in she was boiling oil, I don't know, frying something. So the whole place was smoking and smelling. So I now said, we have to open that kitchen door. I made sure I opened the kitchen door. So I said, no. I said, the outside door, I had to open it. Off the AC there because the place was smelling and the smoke, everything. So I had to open it. I said, your place is smelling for all this oil. So let's just open it so that we get ventilation. We need a lot of air to be able to, so that those smell can go out and all that. So I opened the door. We have to start spraying those things so that the odor will change. I don't know who went and tell her that somebody said. She said that the food you are cooking is smelly. She just flew up and came and started removing her jacket. I'm beautiful. Nobody is beautiful than me. Nobody is educated than me. You mention name because I was the one that opened door. I was the one that sprayed the thing. I was the one that off the AC. Whoever that told you should say it. Who said it? How did I even say? I did not even mention that. She was just, yelling, shouting, raising voice and all that. That got me angry. I said, whoever that told you should be able to tell you the person that said it. Should be able to tell you how the person said it. So you don't go about the bush and start talking because you know that you can shout. Maybe people don't know how to shout. No. When I am angry, I can destroy a lot of things. But later I might regret it. So not because I don't talk, everybody just want to talk or just want to ride on. No, I don't do that. Nobody ride on me. I know my rights.
I think it was a misunderstanding or poor communication. So when we got to the house, Fab Jane was asked, I think, to cook. And I know that in the past few days, 1 or 2 persons volunteered to help, and she categorically turned that down. So when you turn down help for reason best known to you, and you come out saying everybody's sitting down like a princess, you're sweating in the kitchen, I'm like, who sent you work? So for me, I asked, okay, can we take turns? When the rules were read to us, I realized that everybody had to cook in a particular day. And the place was smoky and smelly this morning. And we opened up the windows and we put the air fresheners. And then you come out to say, somebody said your food is smelling. I don't get it. Every food smells. I mean, ogiline sisi, yam smells. Ogbono has its smell. Egusi, we are Africans. Our food is rich and has its flavors and all the stuff. So if somebody says the food is smelling, definitely food will smell. So if you take that up, okay, because you've been under pressure cooking, I understand. But people, I love to cook, but I found out that you want to be in charge of the kitchen. So you just stay there and do what you enjoy doing. So anyway, but I think that's been resolved because the house captain has withdrawn out a timetable for who cooks through for the next few days. So hopefully that will help to avoid all the scuffles.
It didn't go well with me because I'm in the kitchen, and that makes me feel like I've become Cinderella and the ugly or evil stepsisters, because everybody in the house, they're my sisters. And if I'm in the kitchen taking that responsibility and enjoying it, we all eating the same food. I have a passion for cooking. I love cooking. I do it with all my heart. The Americans say you put your foot into the food. Putting your foot into the food means you put your whole spirit, soul, and body. The food is the courage. Like you stand up for the food, you put everything you have into the food. That's what I've been doing. So hearing somebody say the food smells, it makes me feel like I stink, or I'm reckless, or it's avoidable. So that was what fled the whole situation up. And I'm just somebody who doesn't stand gossip. I don't do hearsay. I don't do side talks. So I went and I went into the room and I told all the women, I said, I don't like it. If mother complains or anybody else complains that the house smells, that is because she expects us to do our best collectively to keep the house clean. Somebody is cooking, somebody is doing air freshening, and somebody else is doing other stuff. But if mother complains because she comes in once in a while, that doesn't give any of the housemates the audacity when one housemate who has 2 degrees, who has 2 legs, 2 hands, complete body, 2 eyes, sanity and beauty and brain, and dare to compete as well, taking all our time in the kitchen, it doesn't give the other housemate to start saying the food smells.
Fruity and fabulous Naija.
You all are amazing. I can imagine mothers here, women doing different stuff. It's amazing. I celebrate you all. Really. The strength and the resilience women have. I don't know where we come from. One of my sons met me last week and said, Mama, you work so hard. So the children are watching.
Wow.
Mama, you work so hard. Of course, I have a counseling outfit. So I'm the founder of Eraj Emotional Corner. Eraj Emotional Corner is a counseling outfit and it's also a coaching outfit. It's an outfit where we help people solve their emotional and psychological issues. So what I do on a daily basis is to handle people's emotional and psychological issues, which has to do with their personal lives, which also has to do with their relationships, which also has to do with their marriages and their families. So everything I do is centered around the family, the marriage, and the people in the marriage. So everything I do actually has to do with human beings, because I like to see people being lifted from a dysfunctional state to a functional state in spite of your challenges. We will always deal with challenges as long as we're on earth. But in spite of the challenges, I like to see people get back their power, reclaim back their power. When you know who you are, no matter what you are facing, you will step on it and move on. So we're going to be talking, like I said, it's going to be an interactive session. I'm going to talk and then you're going to also talk, and then we'll share experiences together, share perspective together, and then you ask questions. This is what I have been doing for the past 11 years. Issues of the heart. They are deep. They are deep. They are sensitive and they are deep. And it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter. A woman of 35 could fall in love. A girl of 18 could fall in love, madly in love. And a woman of 75 can actually fall in love. So it really has nothing to do with the age, because no matter your age, you can still fall in love. So we're going to be talking about marriage. We're going to be talking about love. What is love? There's a general definition of what love is, but I like us to talk about what love means to you. What do you understand by love before we even go into marriage? Because love is an emotion. Love is an emotion. So I would delve into emotional intelligence a bit, because I love emotional intelligence, and there's no how I would talk anywhere, the opportunity presents itself that I will not mention emotional intelligence. So we have about 3,000 emotions as human beings. We are an embodiment of emotions. An embodiment of emotions. So seated here are women with 3,000 emotions that they might not even be aware of. So the love we're talking about is an emotion, is a feeling. These are very deep and sensitive issues. I want us to be very plain I want us to be very honest. I want us to be very transparent. What do you understand by love? Anybody, please. Okay?
Sharing your feelings.
Okay. What kind of feeling?
Emotional feeling, like intimate feeling.
Okay. All right. Who else?
To my own understanding,
Yes.
love is kind and love is patience.
Beautiful.
Love has to do with the heart.
Yes.
Yes. So when you love from inside. It's like magic.
It's like magic. Okay.
I feel love is the way you feel about somebody and you get it back in return. It makes you love a person, seeing yourself in that particular person. That this is what you desire and this is what you're getting back in return.
Okay, so what if you love and you don't get it back in return? What happens?
You have to, what I mean is, before you can love the person, that means the person is showing you the same love.
What if the person isn't showing you the love?
You can't just love someone that doesn't show you love.
Is that true?
I'm not someone that's not return back to me. I'm not sure they-
You have loved the person, or you are loving the person and the person is
I
not
have loved
reciprocating.
someone that won't
You
show
have
me
loved
love.
the person. Okay, that's a man or
A
a
man.
woman. Okay. Okay.
To me, my own understanding is here is the more spiritual thing for me is love is sacrifice. True love is sacrifice and giving, like sacrificing to make others happy, to make sometimes it's even like making yourself unhappy to make others happy. giving all of you, giving what brings joy to other people. That's my understanding of love.
You're all correct. You're all very correct. And why I asked this question because we all have a general definition of what love is, and we all have our individual definition of what love is. So what love is to you might not be what love is to you. What love is to you might not be what love is to the other person. So it's not general. When we deal with issues of the heart, we don't generalize because everybody is different. Your filters, we call them filters, through which you see life is different. Your experiences are different. Your emotional experiences are different. Your exposures are different. Your backgrounds are different. Your educational level different. So everything is different about you, your perspective. And so you don't give the same definition to what another person defines love or marriage. Okay, so you want to say something? All right. Yes.
To me, love is a deep feeling you have towards someone, and which, for me, and which I'll be ready to tolerate person. Love as in tolerate the person. Love, show the person kindness, have patience towards the person, because I love the person. It's a deep feeling.
It is. It is.
Someone.
It is. Okay. You look like someone who wants to say something. So go ahead and say.
To me, what I understand by love, or love someone is when you love, you're happy. There's that sense of happiness. That's believe when you think of being in love, you just sense that happiness, that joy. To me, that's what I feel. Like I'm happy when I'm in love. And people can tell that I'm in love. I don't get cranky much. So that's how I feel. That's how I'm gonna express my own. Like when you're happy. If you're that's what I don't know.
It's very true. It's a very strong feeling.
Yes.
It's a very strong feeling that empowers you. It's an emotion that empowers you. It's like dopamine being secreted, the happy hormone. But you know what? It doesn't last. It doesn't last. True love is what would last. And that is what will see you through your journey of relationship and marriage and so many other things. Because if you go by your feelings, it will fail you. Our feelings actually fail. So our emotions actually fluctuate. They're fickle. Our emotions fluctuate. So you can be sitting here right now. I don't know for how long you've been sitting here, but it's most likely you've had about 10 emotions without you knowing that your emotions have been changing. So maybe you woke up this morning and you received a phone call that made you very happy. And then maybe 10 minutes later, that feeling just went off. And maybe somebody just annoyed you here. And then before you know it, you picked up again. And then before you know it, oh, you're just tired of everything. When are we even leaving this place? I'm getting tired. And then before you know it again, oh, maybe something happened. I'm here and this topic is very interesting and we're excited. Let's hear what she has to say. We're excited, right? And then maybe when I leave, I beg all this talk. And then before you know it. So that is how the human being is. Everything we do is guided by emotions. We're emotional beings. And everything we do is affected by emotions. And you see this topic we're talking about, this love thing, marriage thing, you can't make this kind of decision based on your emotions. You can't, because the emotions will fail you. That's the truth. The emotions will fail you. If you make this decision, this very important and major decision of who you're going to spend your life with, eventually, based on emotions, it will fail you. So this is a decision, whoever you're going to settle down with, as it regards your love life, has to do with you taking a deliberate decision. Deliberate decision, not based on your emotions. Because the emotions can fail you. You can be happy today, and then the man or whoever annoys you and you throw him off like a hot potato. That's how the human being is. That's how the human being works. But then, if you have decided that this is my own definition of love, then you will stick with it. If it's a happy feeling, yeah, it's a happy feeling. But it's not enough to sustain any relationship. That's the truth. Love is not enough to sustain any relationship. To your love, you must add knowledge, and that is why I'm here. To your love, you must add skills. To your love, you must add character. To your love, you must add so many other ingredients. Love is not enough to sustain any relationship. And when we talk about relationship, what are we talking about? Communication. It's all about relating. It's all about relating with each other. So remove communication, there's no relationship. So communication is the engine that powers any and every relationship. Communication is the engine. Put it in any car. It will kickstart that car. If you do marriage intentionally and deliberately, automatically you will do parenting with your children well, because it will just flow. Have a good marriage, do your own work, and your children, by the grace of God, because it is God that helps us all in all of this, to have success. If you do well in your marriage, chances are it's high that your children will turn out well. But you have to be deliberate. Nothing good comes easy. It's seed time and harvest. So what are you sowing now? As a single woman who aspires to get married, what are you sowing now? What are you doing? Your attitude, your actions, the different things, the motive. What is it all about? And then eventually when you get married, so you must have a mental picture. Mental picture. Have a vision board, if you choose to, of your marriage, your family, your home, and begin to work on that and work towards it. And make sure you share with the man when he eventually comes. Make sure you carry him along. Because you would have your own expectations, your own dreams. He also has his. So you need to harness them together. You need to bring them together so that together you can achieve what God has brought you together to achieve. One of the major purposes why God brings you together is so that you can team up and do something that ordinarily one of you will not be able to do without the other. Do you understand? That is one of the major reasons that God brings you together. Because we do this with my husband and we do it by the grace of God so well. You know, so that should be also one thing that is very paramount when it comes to choosing your husband. What can we do together? What are we going to do together, you know, to live as a legacy to this generation? I hope with these few words of mine, I hope value has been added, and I hope it has been worth the time. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for the warm reception.
To you, our beautiful, honorable life coach, Mrs. Agnes Afi, an epitome indeed of knowledge and wisdom. We, the entire 40 and Fabulous housemates, my fabulous sisters, we say thank you. And may God bless you and grant you more wisdom and understanding. And the house will say we have 40 and Fabulous.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
40 and Fabulous Naija.
Just give her the response exit.
Now she made the talk to me again. That's why I avoided her.
You too.
No, me too, I avoided her too.
No, it's not about avoiding her. She's like your junior sister. There are some things that we have to cooperate ourselves with. What if she's your daughter?
I'm not going to be now. How she go tell me my daughter?
That's an insult. It does. I'm just saying. I didn't say she. I didn't say she. What if she's your daughter? Assuming she's your daughter and she spoke to you that manner, what would you do? What would you do as a mother?
Wait, it's not my car.
I was telling you right there yesterday that is how we Yorubas are. In as much as we have respect, we always respond to things.
I don't know who get this car. My own day inside the...
Calm down.
Is there on top my car?
Calm down.
Yeah, I don't have any issue. You were here.
Mama, no vex. So yeah, no vex.
That's why I
Because no vex, oh, no vex.
It's something that has passed.
You know the vex like this now. What you gonna happen now? Calm down now.
If you not carry something, people that they keep out.
See me, because the man suffer or not, don't fight against it. Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. Don't pick on this woman. She doesn't talk. At least she's better than some people. We know. So stop it. Give her some respect. Don't say because we are inside this house. She can be somebody's elder sister. Stop it. And you to take her like your junior sister. Must you people nag? Must you nag? Because we are under the same under one bed? What is it gone?
I think they shout. People that they talk small now. People need to shout for
People
it.
will say stop. Now your friends that they follow talk.
No, they shout. No, they shout.
If those one person will not listen, one other person will not listen. That is our tradition. You don't listen. Why would you shout?
Any small people they shout like they talk to Peking. Not small Peking here. If you want to correct with love. That is it.
Correct with love. This one is talking that. So I dey tell you that they
shout.
Talk
to them calmly. You always
shout. I shout.
Stop shouting. You shout a lot. Nobody be small Peking.
So you when you follow me, they shout.
No, they shout. I no be say correct because you don't shout.
You tell me to correct.
You don't shout. Now they tell you shout a lot.
Wetin be your business? Now be your business.
Most of the behave.
Moreover, I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking to
Simi,
and I'm talking to them, and they both understand.
You calm down and talk to people.
It doesn't matter.
You always shout. Being a captain doesn't make you ride on people. Calm down. Calm down. Talk to people. You shout a lot. I'm telling you this. You shout a lot.
People.
Yes, you shout a lot. Stop shouting.
People have ridden
you shout a lot. Calm down. You want to come out this roof? Calm down. You want to bring down this roof? If nobody wants to speak, I am speaking now. You shout a lot. Cut the man.
I don't have.
Not be waiting. I don't talk behind people. If you are wrong, I'll say it to your front. I know they fear you. On a very good day, you can't pay my bills. What the fuck? Everybody they manico, but everybody they calm them down. We just be behaving like people will get disorder. What the fuck? What the fuck, man? What kind of rubbish is that? When you're talking to people, tomorrow it can be a turn of someone needs to be a house captain.
shout.
Show us good examples.
Always.
Because now you be the first house captain in this 14 and Fabulous season 1. But not shouting, ranting, bringing down the roof. When I want to bring down Mama roof, what did happen?
Now you don't control me.
At the time when I calm down.
And I don't listen.
Calm down.
So as I don't listen, now what you want to do?
Instead of addressing with
as you can't they talk
yelling.
now,
Make I address you with yelling. And this, then everybody go now apply emotional intelligence. 50-50.
You dey in our body. If not the captainship, where they make you people.
Why go vex? What
make
you
them
vex?
come carry their captainship? I know the
Nobody
captainship.
dey jealous. Nobody.
Now you dey talk and say I dey right. Anybody wey talk say I dey right, and make them bring their house out.
Talk to people with
courtesy. Make them bring their house out.
Talk to people with courtesy. Not be this one do, this one do. Why are you behaving like that? We are adults, for heaven's sake.
Also,
what example are we giving to young ladies out there?
One thing I notice is anything that one thing will happen and they will indirectly talk to everybody. Why are we doing this? This matter now was just this. Why? Is that necessary? Is that necessary?
I don't wish she addressed the matter.
No, but she just said it again now on her captainship. Why is it? Must it be generalized? We're too petty, I bet.
I know they like person and people will feel somebody's talking about you. Why are you a paranoid? Why like person when you're paranoid schizophrenic?
That is why I found
why are you schizophrenic all of a sudden? Do people feel somebody's talking about me? Mr. Faye talking about me?
That's why I just sit so. My mental trauma. Not be another thing will make me sick.
No.
Mental trauma.
That's the pain.
I'm traumatized with the quarrels.
Skita.
No quarrel as
I don't understand why your voice is spiking.
You know something?
Hold on, you are finished.
Okay, you asked me a question.
Not from this
Are you asking me a question?
Hostile environment. My family is full of girls, but we never quarrel.
Just talk on me. No like question. Yeah, no like question.
My
I'm looking for it. I won't go change my
You're talking about shouting, right?
I will comb your hair. I keep my mind.
Yeah, now you keep this water here.
Okay. And then you're
keep this water.
Change my.
If somebody kept this water here.
Since morning.
May the person continue.
Since morning.
Exactly.
It's not mine.
Since morning, that water has been there.
It's not mine.
Let's make it adults, they behave like children.
Then, if we don't know who keep it, let's keep it well for the person.
You
cannot not keep on where person will go carry another person Janika or jams.
Just keep up for corner or go put them inside room somewhere where
for that kitchen corner.
Keep up your corner after you throw away because where you won't go keep up.
They use and do
you don't play.
She they use and do tea. I be all this remnant water.
Hey, Chineke. That's all you don't tell me.
That's all you don't tell me. You don't tell me the person when they use remnant water. Hey, that is God. Oh, that is God. You know what? Plenty here.
Waste is to make sure there is no waste.
Anybody when they waste something, say like this, say that they waste.
Just 2 water.
She wise, now make she put am the table.
Just 2 water they give the person. They waste them like this.
They use am do tea. I dey see her. When you remain water.
The person no use water.
Before we buy pure
Pure water, they use
and they go find the rat.
water.
I don't know that because I'm going to use my water, go they do it. As long as anything don't boil, don't kill out your own child.
You know they ever wear your wig well on Sunday. When mother better here.
You don't win
Come
now.
on, wig. You don't go take time wear wig well.
Okay.
I don't know whether na financial class you need, I mean an emotional class.
All these houses I dey build from that day. I bet no ma build and give me address, make I go furnish am. I just dey win house, dey win house.
We dey win house, I think. Amen. Oh, this one.
Make they don't win house tire. The house I don't know whether na Sokoro or Retama or Kafanchan.
Na Mitama.
I don't care where it is. I'll go round.
Mitama.
I'll give you sweet furnishing.
Correct. At least you go start with us.
Just that you're expensive. So.
She'll be expensive. Now, wait till I just the think.
She will be because
the
name say, you know they hear the name Laren
Creation.
The name self too get swag. Let's go. Laren in pocket.
When you come go internet, come see the work where she did. Your mind go first fly.
Funky and fabulous Naija.
Hello, my soft-spoken lady, legendary Sandy. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, Mother. Good afternoon.
You're welcome to Mother's Nest.
Thank you very much.
Where you share with the world your journey so far. So let's hear it.
All right. My name is Sandra Odua. I am from Ikore, Ubima precisely, River State. I am 46 years old. It hasn't been easy at all. It hasn't been easy with me. Things has always been like, very rough. And my mother, I lost my dad. Then my mother, she's the only one that's been struggling. And even right now, my mother is not even in a good condition because every time I think of my mother, I know because my mother has suffered so much. And she hasn't really enjoyed, her children because in 2012, I lost my elder brother. Thank you, Mother. In 2012, I lost my elder brother. Of a sudden death, he wasn't sick. He just came back from work and, he slumped and he died. And that really affected my mother. It affected her so bad that she, the following year, which was 2013, she fell sick. And that sickness started coming very slowly. We thought maybe it was just something that, she was going to get over, with quick because of the way the thing started, like with her 2 legs and all that. But the thing healed her and as we speak now, my mother, she can't even walk. She can't walk, so it's been a burden for my elder sister because my elder sister, she has left everything that she does and she's been taking care of my mother. Even right now, my mother is at the verge of, she's crying and praying for death, like, let death just take her because the life she's living, she can't continue to live such life. And this thing has been weighing me down because right now I am like the only one in the family. Although I have younger brothers, but they are all married with kids and all that. Everyone is just struggling here and there. Things wasn't this bad before because I traveled a lot. I've been to places, I have traveled with my ex-boyfriend. My ex-friends anyway. I traveled so many places. I followed him to the States when he used to work with Schlumberger. He took me around, we went to places. I've been to so many countries I can't even start counting because so many countries I've traveled with him, But when we broke up, I came back. When we broke up in 2004, when I came back from the States, I started all over again because I'm not that kind of person because I'm used to that outside life. So I told myself I wasn't going to subdue myself by just staying in Nigeria because I'm not used to just staying and not doing
anything.
Yes. So in 2007 I started going to England myself and started doing things. I was bringing in things to sell. Anytime I was coming back, I brought in things, used phones and computers and things like that. I was bringing in to sell. Then I had a little bit of money too then, but out of foolishness and mismanagement, I didn't manage my source of income well because I thought I was still young and the money was flowing, so I was just living, a life of a young lady that had money. At the age of 22, I've already bought like a 3-bedroom flat at Oba in Lagos, put it on rent. I bought a land, where I was living. I was doing very well. Then again, in 2010, things started picking up again. I was in the verge of getting married. I met somebody. We've already planned our wedding and everything. On July, of that year, 2010, we've already planned. He went to England. He was calling me from the engagement shop. I even spoke to the lady. They asked me I told them everything, like my ring size and everything. We spoke. And all of a sudden, a betrayal just came from nowhere because I confided in this person that I called a sister and a friend. We were planning all these things together, the wedding thing. I said we were going to surprise everybody. I've not even told my family because I am not the kind of person that goes to like me, I haven't been to the village in a very long time. I had that thing in my head, like if I go to the village, the witchcraft in the village, they're going to apprehend me. Meanwhile, whether you go or you don't go, they still know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just haven't been to the village like that. I would even say the last time I actually went to the village and saw everybody is it year 2000. That's the last time I went to the village. I haven't been since then. I haven't. So, and the last time I saw my mom, they have to bring her to my younger brother's place in Port Harcourt. I told them to bring her. That was in that same 2012, before my elder brother died, before he passed on. So I don't go to the village. I don't even know how they call up my village, how everything is. I don't know. I speak to them on phone. So that marriage was supposed to take place, and this friend that I confided in, I don't know what she did. She just scattered everything, and the man left, and my whole struggle again started. She scattered it. She made sure she scattered it, and the man left. He left me high and dry, and I was like, is this how this world is? So you can trust someone and confide, and the person will take food, because I've never seen that kind of thing before. So that that one just passed like that. I started struggling again. The people I call friends, the people that I have helped, the people I actually confided in that are supposed to be my friends, they humiliate you, they humiliate me, they ridicule me. I have, then I started doing some things, like selling clothes there. I would go to friends, my friends that come back from abroad, I would go and I'll say, let me take clothes, because I know people. So I can sell and make a little bit of money. Then the ones that would go to Senegal, since I couldn't afford all those kind of places, I'll say, give me your clothes, let me sell and put a little bit of money on it. And that was how one time I was running off to go deliver clothes, and I had a very fatal accident that left a very big scar. This scar that I have here on my leg, I had that scar, and that accident left a very big scar. But I'm happy that I didn't lose my leg and I didn't die.
You didn't die.
Yes.
You're alive.
So a lot of things have really transpired in my life, so many ugly things that has happened to me that when I look at myself today and where I am, I can only thank God, because it's only God. It's not by my power. Because if it's by my power, which I don't have, by now, I would have been dead. I would have been dead, gone. So I just want to say, that struggle continued. It continued for so many years. That humiliation, that ridiculousness, that, taking advantage of. When you look up to people, you don't have money, you can't speak anymore. They look at you like you're nobody, like you're a trash, So all that doors of traveling just closed up for a while. Everything just closed up. Everything closed up. This is me that used to travel. That I would travel. If I go to America, if I go to to British Embassy, I was refused the visa. I go to this embassy, I was refused the visa, and I was wondering, where is all these things coming from? Because I didn't understand it. Then I was taking job. I started taking job as a salesperson. I would take job. I was taking jobs like, things like working in the markets. I was just going about trying to convince people to buy something as a marketer, for peanuts. Talking to people, trying to convince people, because How? I didn't even know how to survive. There was no boyfriend, there was nobody. It was really terrible. I couldn't pay house rent. I've been locked out of my house like not once, not twice. Even a friend one time, had to Sandra, this problem is too much. She has to go and plead with somebody else that I don't even know for the person to put me up in the house. So I've been looking at myself like, where
In Lagos?
Yes, Lagos. Like, where did all this, how come all these things just, scattered? Where did I go wrong? And I look at this like it's a mismanagement because I had all the resources and all the connections before, but I lost everything. So I struggled all this while. This struggle continued for years. It really, really continued because in 2020, a big, shock came that it was so difficult for me to feed. I could not even send to my sick mother. Things were so difficult. All the whole doors were closed. Nothing was working anymore. I was just wondering like that. Sometimes I'll be walking on the road and I'll be talking to myself and people will be looking at me like, is this girl okay? When I go to the gym to work out, people will be looking at me like, Even when I tell people that I've traveled, they look at me like, in their mind like, this one, where has she been to? They claim like she has traveled. I beg so at a point I stopped saying anything about travel. I don't say it. Even where people are discussing it. Except few people who know me, they'll be like, Sandra, now, that time we were there for France, like, where you there for France. I will say, yes, that time is true, because if you say it, when they look at you, you don't have anything to offer. So it's like, this one does they won't claim here, like, where would they? Meanwhile, these places are places I have been to, like, I even used to get tired. I used to get tired of traveling to these places because I'll be telling my ex as of then, I'm like, this time I'm not going anywhere, that's it. I am staying in the States, I am staying in Houston, I'm not going anywhere, or that's, So in 2020, it was really bad. I was doing marketing, I would go to Sulere, I would go to Badagry, I would go here, just running, trying to get all that small change. But I just told myself, one of my girlfriends was in Ghana. And she called me, I called her, I said, okay, look, things are really rough now. Even the house rent, landlord has threatened that he's coming to lock up. All this small money I'm making cannot even cover up that small 300,000 naira that I'm paying for that rent. Is that how bad it is? I said, please, can I come to Ghana? If I come, I'll be, I'll continue my marketing there. I will be doing the same thing I'm doing here, but at least let me have different, change of environment. Yes, and somewhere to stay. She said, okay. And I packed up things. I packed up few things. Some of my things that I kept in somebody's house, my TV, some of my things my things, I just discard them because the other of my friends, she said, your loads are too much, you can't put everything here. So I have to share my loads. And I said, let me just go. I went to Ghana. Just when I was also about to start, making the living and everything, telling people about what I do, which then I was into this networking in Norland. That's what I was doing. So I was going about also trying to tell people about Norland, Corona came and hit the world. Everything again was standstill for another 3 months or so. Even my friend, all of a sudden, she said, Sandra, we have to go. I was crying. I said, I'm not going back to Nigeria. What will I fall back to if I go back to Nigeria? I said, you can go. You have family that will help me. I'm not going. I'm staying behind. She said, Sandra, you don't know anybody in Ghana. I was on that, I invited, you even came here. You always stay by yourself. You don't make any friends. You keep it to yourself. To talk to people is difficult. So who would you guys stay with? I said, my dear, no matter how, I said, I will beg your landlord that you should give me. I said, I'm not going because it's going to be a shame for me to go back to Nigeria. I don't have a house. I will go back. I said, I can't come and start. She said, Sandra, let's go back to Nigeria. So that's 2020, December, we came back to Nigeria. And when we came back to Nigeria together, I stayed with her for a few months. even the few months wasn't easy, you know, because it was a family house. Families were there, you know, her mom was there, so it wasn't easy. It's not like they did anything wrong, but you know, when you're staying with family and everything, I just told myself, I said, no, this is, I told myself, I said, I can't continue to live like this. I was thinking of what to do. So I went back again. There's this other market that they told me again, another networking again. That one is called Kitchen Everything. I went again and I said, I can't stay, I have to do something. I picked up again. I started going about again on foot. Started going from one place, one junction to the other, one under bridge, you know, like that, trying to do the marketing, even the people, the company, they saw that I was trying, they were giving me t-shirts and caps, and I was telling myself, I said, when will this stop? So the opportunity I had when I saw 40 and Fabulous adverts, but at first, I was a bit discouraged. I told myself, I said, I don't want anything that will show me on TV to come and tell my story. The whole world will be listening to my story. People will go like, is this how that? This is how she lived. Okay, taking us back. Sorry, when we came back from Ghana, we were staying in the family house. In the family house, they put me and her in one room. So because it's not my house, I'm not used to the place. There's this big industrial fan, those ox fan. So when they moved from their old house, that fan doesn't have, the face of the fan had fell off. So when we came back that evening, me and her were just gisting about our trips there. I thought, thank God when we entered Nigeria, we don't know if this corona thing is going to hit again, or at least we're here in our country. So here, we die here, you know, like that. So as I was removing my things, I didn't know I was close to that fan. The fan just hit me here.
Oh my goodness.
Bam! Like that. I was like, what? I ran straight to the bathroom. Blood followed me, chunk of flesh. Sandra, how come the fan? The mother, everybody, the brother, they came in, they said, what happened? They saw my hand, and it was at night. I said, what will I do? They just put, what do you call it, Dettol and cotton wood and this thing, and just wrapped it and said, don't worry, in the morning. I couldn't sleep that night. The thing was drawing me. I was telling myself, I said, hey, God. 2018, it was this one that I almost lost my leg. I couldn't walk for almost 3 weeks. Now this same hand again. I said, what is all this? If I had known, I would have just stayed in Ghana and relaxed there and, you know, be doing why did I have to come back? I was lamenting. The next morning, by the time I woke up, the water that was dripping from this time was this big. In fact, I could not even bend it. It was like this. I had to rush to the hospital the next day. They have to stitch it, give me a tetanus injection, place me on a 7 days. The hand again was another thing. So that was it. Then that sentence continued. I started doing that marketing for that networking. Started looking for people, started going up and down, you know. So when I heard about 40 and Fabulous, at first I told myself, I said, for me to go on national TV, I said, I beg, I'm not fit, I beg. Go and, I said, go and showcase myself with other women. So I want to, I beg, I can't do that. And besides, I said, these women, if I don't know the kind of women that will be there, if I go there, they might want to pull my legs out. I said, I will not even go. But after a while, I thought about it. I'm like, all this suffer, all this whole thing. What if I be the winner of that show? What if I win that show and change my whole life and my family and the lives of people, so many, and my business? I've always wanted to be a makeup artist. Right from when I was young, right from when I was in primary school, my aunties, they used to beat me because they would tell me, this pikin, you're always stealing our makeup, using our makeup. I don't steal their makeup. What I do is after it's finished raining, I'll go outside. I'll pick those white stones. I'll use my pencil. And, you know, because I used to watch them when they go out, my aunties, I'll use my pencil and, you know, just brush it on those white stones and I will use it. I will use it and put here. I brush it again. I will use it. I will use my crayon, the red one. I will put it on that, and I will use it, and I'll damp my lip. And because of watching of Indian films in those days, I will tie my lip with rope. I'll tie my lip. So when I use that thing and put it like this, after I lose the thread, it stays. So when my aunties come, they'll be beating me like this. So this girl always using our makeup, and I tell them I don't. So it was one of my aunties, I showed her how to do it, and I did it on her face. And she said, So I am the kind of person that I love makeup, even though I don't wear it all the time. But when I want to do my makeup, I could spend 3 hours to do my makeup because I want it to be perfect. I love makeup. And again, the reason why I chose also instructing, working at the gym is because I know that those two things goes together. When your body, when you're fit and you're well made up, you look fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yes. So these are that's the reason I combine these two things. Like, my makeup and my instructing, those, it will go together. Beauty and fitness goes together. So that's why I chose those two line of, careers. So I just thought about it like, okay, maybe this is an opportunity to go show myself to the world and, show them, and those who didn't believe in me or those who feel that I can't do anything, I'll prove them wrong.
Yes.
Yes, I'll prove them. So that's how I decided to come to Fabulous. Thank you, Mother.
Super powerful.
Thank you, Mother.
Fabulous, legendary. No giving up, girl.
Thank you, Mother.
Okay, so do you have any advice to the young people out there?
Yes.
Considering this, your experiences. So do you have to tell them something? What is there any regret so far? Do you have any regrets right now?
In my life?
Yeah. What you would have done differently?
Yes, I have some regrets. And those regrets, they keep haunting me every time. These regrets are, if I had listened, I would have finished my education, number one. Yes, which is the first thing that haunts me. And I know that I'm still going to achieve
Possible.
that. Yes, I am still going to achieve it. Then, my second regret is me not having a child very early, which I know is not late. I'm also going to achieve that. So because that is what, my next step. So these are the things that I regret, of not doing. Apart from that, if maybe there's a way I would have managed my resources also, but that one I can't really say because then I was young and I was just doing things as a young lady because the money was coming, so I was just, floundering and spending it without thinking of tomorrow.
All right, darling. Thank you. Are you happy now?
Yes, Mother. I am so happy.
Everything will be just fine.
Thank you, Mother.
And you become the legendary Sandy of 40 and Fabulous Nigeria.
Thank you, Mother. I really
Everything will just be fine.
Thank you, Mother.
And you'll be that shining star that you're meant to be.
Thank you, Mother.
And you'll be the superstar makeup, the best makeup artist they will ever have in Nigeria is legendary Sandy.
Thank you, Mother.
Go there, have fun, learn and unlearn. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you, Mother. Thank you so much.
At 40 and Fabulous, it's possible to pick up your pieces. It's possible to start all over again. It's never late to become that person, to choose that craft. We help them with their career choice, we empower them, and we watch them grow. With you supporting us, yes, we could renew these lives. Thank you. We are going to address every one of these stories. We are 40 and we are fabulous.
Begins at 40, yet a fool at 40 is full forever. 40 no fi be the barrier. You never late to start your career. If you no make them for 20, you go fi make them for 30. If you no make them for 30,